Hello everyone, and welcome back to Worth Old Coins. Today's video is very special because we are bringing you top 7 coins that many people ignore, spend, or throw away without knowing that some of them can be worth real money today. In this video, you will see 7 unique and interesting coins from the United States and beyond, including different years and varieties, large dates and mint marks, errors, damage, and rare features, coins found in circulation, and old collections. Some of these coins may look dirty, scratched, or even rusty, but they still have collector value and an amazing history behind them. Watch till the end, because coin number 7 might surprise you the most. If you love old coins, rare coins, and coin values, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. Now, let's start our countdown of the top 7 coins you should never ignore. Top 1. The Lincoln cent was first issued in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1982, the U.S. Mint changed pennies from mostly copper to copper-plated zinc due to rising copper prices. In 1983, all pennies were officially zinc-based, but the Mint faced production problems, which resulted in errors and varieties, making this year very interesting for collectors. The obverse shows a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust, Liberty." 1983. Large date features: the 3 in 1983 is thick and rounded. The 8 is bold and wide. Numbers appear slightly higher and heavier, even in dirty condition. These date features can still be identified. The reverse design for 1983 features the Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions: United States of America, E pluribus unum 1 cent. In dirty condition, dark toning and grime may cover the surface. Memorial columns remain visible. Lettering is still readable. What does dirty condition mean? A dirty penny usually shows heavy circulation, where dark surfaces from age and handling, dirt or oxidation, no professional cleaning. Never clean your penny. Cleaning can reduce its collector value. Current market value: 2025 estimates. Now let's talk about value. The value depends heavily on errors and varieties, not just the large date. 1983 large date penny value: dirty condition, common large date, no errors, $0.01 10 cents. Nice circulated condition, $0.25 $1. Mint error coins: dirty condition, $50 $500 plus. Rare: 1983 errors to look for: 1983 copper penny error, very rare. Off-center strike, double die obverse, die cracks or cut errors. Some rare 1983 error pennies have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. If you own a 1983 large date penny, check the weight. Copper equals 3.11 g, zinc equals 2.5 g. Use a magnifying glass for errors. Never clean the coin. Store it in a coin flip or holder. Even dirty coins can hide big value. Why this coin matters: important transition year, known for rare errors, still found in circulation, valuable even in poor condition, high collector interest. The 1983 penny is a perfect example of how small details create big value. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1983 large date may look dirty and ordinary, but it could be a collector's dream if it has the right error or variety. Always check your pocket change, because rare coins are still out there. Next, the Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1986, pennies were being produced using copper-plated zinc, a change made in 1982 to reduce production costs. The Denver Mint, D, struck millions of pennies in 1986, but collectors pay attention to date styles, die varieties, error coins. Even common year coins can become valuable when something unusual is found. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions: "In God We Trust, Liberty." 1986. D mint mark located below the date. Large date characteristics: thicker and taller numbers, bold, 8 and 6, wider spacing between digits. In fine condition, Lincoln's portrait shows moderate, where major details are still visible. Date and mint mark are clear. The reverse design used in 1986 is Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions: United States of America, E pluribus unum 1 cent. In fine condition. Memorial columns are visible. Lettering remains readable. Some wear on high points is normal. What does fine condition mean? A fine coin shows noticeable circulation, where all major design elements remain clear. No major damage or cleaning. Natural color and surfaces. Fine condition is very acceptable for circulated modern pennies. Current market value. 2025 estimates. Now let's talk about value. Keep in mind, varieties and errors drive most of the value. 1986 large date D penny value. Fine condition. No errors. $0.05, 25 cents. Very fine to extra fine. $0.50, $2. Uncirculated. $5, $15. Error coins. D mint $50, $500 plus. Valuable errors to look for. Double die obverse off-center strikes die cracks. Wrong planchet errors. If you have a 1986 D large date penny, inspect date style carefully. Look for doubling with magnification. Never clean the coin. Store it in a coin holder. Small details can turn a common penny into a valuable collectible. Why this coin is collectible. Classic Lincoln design. Denver Mint issue. Collectible varieties. Error potential. Popular with beginners and experts. The Lincoln penny remains one of the most collected coins in the world. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1986 large date with D mint mark may seem ordinary, but in the right condition or with the right error, it can be worth far more than 1 cent. Always check your change. You never know what treasure you might find. Next. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1988, the U.S. Mint had been producing pennies using copper-plated zinc for several years. Following the metal change in 1982, the Denver Mint produced large quantities of pennies in 1988, but collectors still look closely for large versus small date styles mint errors. Strong strikes the obverse features. A right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions. In God We Trust, Liberty 1988. D-mint mark just below the date. Large date characteristics. Thick and bold numbers, rounded eights. Date appears taller and heavier. In fine condition. Lincoln's portrait shows moderate, where facial details are softened, but visible date and mint mark remain clear. The reverse design used in 1988 shows the Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions. United States of America. E pluribus unum, 1 cent. In fine condition. Memorial structure is visible. Lettering is readable. Normal circulation. Where is present? What does fine condition mean? A fine coin has noticeable wear from circulation. Major design elements remain visible. No serious damage or cleaning. Natural surface and color. Fine condition is very common for circulated pennies, but still collectible. Current market value. 2025 estimates. Now let's talk about value. For modern pennies, value is driven mostly by condition and errors. 1988 large date D penny value. Fine condition. No errors. 5 to 25 cents. Very fine to extra fine. $0.50, $2. Uncirculated. $5, $15. Error coins. $50, $500 plus. Valuable errors to look for. Double die obverse. Off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strike errors. If you have a 1988 D large date penny, use magnification to check for doubling. Compare date styles. Never clean the coin. Store it safely in a coin holder. Even small details can increase value significantly. Why collectors care about this coin? Popular Lincoln design. Denver Mint issue. Error potential. Affordable for beginners. Strong collector interest. Lincoln cents remain one of the most collected coins in the world. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1988 large date with D mint mark may look common, but in the right condition or with the right error, it can be worth many times its face value. Always check your pocket. Chong rare coins still exist. Next, the Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1990, the penny was still using the Lincoln Memorial reverse, which was designed by Frank Gasparo. His initials, FG, appear on the reverse of the coin. Near the base of the memorial, collectors pay close attention to the FG initials because weak or missing FG can be a variety. Clear FG confirms a strong strike. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions: In God We Trust, Liberty 1990. Large date characteristics: thick, bold numbers, rounded and tall digits. Clear spacing between numbers. In fine condition. Lincoln's portrait shows moderate, where facial details remain visible. Date is clear and readable. The reverse shows Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions: United States of America. E pluribus unum, 1 cent. FG initials near the bottom right of the memorial in fine condition. Memorial design is worn, but clear FG initials are visible. Lettering is readable. The presence of clear FG initials is important for collectors. What does fine condition mean? A fine coin has noticeable circulation wear. Major design elements are visible. No major damage or harsh cleaning. Natural surfaces and color. Fine condition is typical for circulated 1990 pennies. Current market value 2025 estimates. Now let's talk about value. Most value depends on condition and errors. 1990 large date penny value. Fine condition. Standard FG $0.05, 25 cents. Very fine to extra fine. $0.50, $2. Uncirculated $5, $20. Error coins missing FG double die, off-center $50 1, 0, 00 plus coins with weak or missing FG initials are especially sought after. If you have a 1990 Lincoln penny, use magnification to inspect the FG initials. Compare date size carefully. Never clean the coin. Store it in a protective holder. Small reverse details can make a big difference in value. Why collectors like this coin? Popular Lincoln Memorial design. FG reverse detail. Variety and error potential. Affordable entry coin. Still found in circulation. The Lincoln penny remains one of the most collected U.S. coins. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1990 large date with FG reverse may seem ordinary, but with the right details or errors, it can become a valuable collectible. Always check both sides of your coins. Sometimes the real value is on the reverse. Next, the Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1993, the penny had been produced in copper-plated zinc for over a decade. Following the metal change in 1982, the Denver Mint produced millions of pennies in 1993, but collectors carefully search for strong date styles. Clear mint marks reverse details like the FG initials. Error coins the obverse features. A right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Inscriptions: In God We Trust, Liberty 1993. D-mint mark located below the date. Large date characteristics: thick and bold digits, rounded 9 and 3. Date appears taller and stronger. In fine condition. Lincoln's portrait shows moderate where facial features remain visible. Date and mint mark are clear and readable. The reverse shows Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions: United States of America. E pluribus unum, 1 cent. FG initials near the lower right base of the memorial in fine condition. Memorial structure is visible. FG initials are clear. Lettering is readable with normal wear. The FG initials were added to credit designer Frank Gasparo. What does fine condition mean? A fine coin shows moderate wear from circulation. Major design elements remain visible. No heavy damage or cleaning. Natural surface color. Fine condition is very common, but still collectible. Current market value 2025 estimates. Now let's talk about value. Most modern pennies gain value through errors and varieties. 1993 large date D penny value. Fine condition standard 5 to 25 cents. Very fine to extra fine $0.50, $2. Uncirculated $5, $20. Error coins, double die, missing FG, off-center $50 1, 0, 0, 0, plus coins with missing or weak FG initials are especially desirable if you have a 1993 D large date penny. Inspect the FG initials closely. Check for doubling using magnification. Compare date styles. Never clean the coin. Store it safely. Sometimes the smallest details create the biggest value. Why collectors care about this coin? Classic Lincoln Memorial design. Denver Mint issue FG reverse detail. Variety and error potential affordable, collectible. The Lincoln penny remains one of the most popular coins worldwide. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1993 large date with D mint mark and FG reverse may look common, but with the right features or errors, it can become a valuable collectible. Always check both sides of your pennies because value can hide in small details. Next, the Lincoln penny was first issued in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1995, all U.S. pennies were made of zinc with a thin copper coating. When this copper plating is damaged, the zinc core is exposed, which can lead to corrosion, bubbling, and rust-like surfaces. This is why many 1990s pennies show environmental damage today. The obverse features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln inscriptions. In God We Trust, Liberty 1995. D-mint mark below the date. Large date characteristics. Thick and bold date numbers. Rounded 9 and 5. Clear spacing between digits. In rusty condition, Lincoln's portrait may look rough or pitted surface discoloration is visible date and mint mark are still readable. The reverse shows Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions. United States of America. E pluribus unum 1 cent. FG initials near the base of the memorial. In environmentally damaged condition, zinc corrosion may appear as white or dark spots. Copper plating may be missing in areas. FG initials may still be visible. The FG initials represent Frank Gasparo, the designer of the reverse. What is environmental damage? Rust. Environmental damage means exposure to moisture or chemicals, corrosion of zinc core, peeling or bubbling copper plating, rough or uneven surfaces. This damage happens after minting, not at the mint, so it is not a mint error, but it can still interest collectors' current market value. 2025 estimates. Now, let's talk about value. For rusty or damaged coins, value depends on collector interest, not face value. 1995. D large date penny value. Heavily rusted / environmental damage. 1 to 10 cents light environmental damage. Interesting look $0.25, $1. With mint errors plus damage. $5, $50 plus unusual surface patterns. Collector appeal $10. $100 plus standard rust alone usually does not make a coin rare, but unique appearances can attract niche collectors. If you find a 1995 D rusty penny, do not clean or scrape it. Check for real mint errors under the damage. Store it dry to prevent further corrosion. Compare weight and thickness. Sometimes damage can highlight hidden errors. Why this coin is still interesting. Modern Lincoln Memorial design shows zinc core aging effects. Educational example for collectors. Still collected by error and variety hunters. Common coin with uncommon appearance. Even damaged coins can teach us a lot about modern coin production. The Abraham Lincoln 1 cent 1995 large date with D mint mark and FG reverse in rusty and environmentally damaged condition may not be extremely valuable, but it is still interesting and collectible, especially for beginners and error collectors. Before throwing away old pennies, take a closer look because every coin tells a story. Next, the Lincoln cent was first introduced in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States. By 1996, U.S. pennies were no longer solid copper. they were made of 97.5% zinc with a thin copper coating. When this coating is damaged, the zinc core reacts with moisture, causing corrosion bubbling and rust-like surfaces. That is why many 1990s Lincoln cents show environmental damage today. The obverse shows a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln inscriptions. In God We Trust, Liberty 1996. Large date characteristics. Bold and thick numbers, clear spacing between digits. Rounded shapes in 9 and 6. In rusty condition. Surface looks rough or pitted, color may appear brown, black, or gray. Date remains readable. The reverse features Lincoln Memorial. Inscriptions: United States of America, E pluribus unum, 1 cent. FG initials at the base of the memorial. The FG stands for Frank Gasparo, the designer of the memorial reverse. In damaged condition, zinc corrosion appears under the copper layer. Parts of the memorial may look swollen or eaten away. FG initials are still visible on many examples. What is rusty or environmental damage? Environmental damage occurs after the coin leaves the mint and includes exposure to water or soil, chemical reactions with zinc, peeling, copper plating, pitting, and rough texture. This type of damage is not a mint error, but some collectors still collect these coins for educational or display purposes. Current market value, 2025 estimates. Let's talk about value. 1996 large date Lincoln penny value, heavily rusted, damaged. $0.01, 10 cents. Light rust with interesting appearance. 25 cents to $1. Damage plus true mint error combined. $5. $1.50 plus unusual corrosion patterns. Collector appeal $10. $100 plus. Rare cases. Most rusty pennies are common, but unique examples can still sell above face value. If you find a 1996 rusty Lincoln penny, do not clean or polish the coin. Check weight, normal 2.5 grams. Look for die cracks or off-center strikes under the damage store in a dry holder. Sometimes corrosion reveals hidden mint errors. Why this coin is still interesting. Shows modern penny aging. Educational for new collectors. Memorial reverse with FG initials. Common coin with uncommon surface. Example of zinc core problems. Even damaged coins tell a story about modern U.S. coin production. The 1996 Abraham Lincoln 1 cent large date with FG reverse, found in a rusty and damaged condition, may not be extremely rare, but it remains interesting to collectors and beginners. Always check your pocket change carefully, because even small coins can have big stories. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, comment. Have you ever found a rusty Lincoln penny? Tell us in the comments. Thanks for watching Worth Old Coins, and see you in the next video with another unique coin.